Well, hello everyone. It's Angela with Mystic Moon, bringing you guys a reading today all about your divine masculine. So I just want you guys to take it how it resonates for you. Maybe some of you guys are speaking to this masculine. Maybe some of you guys are in separation, but however the messages come through will just be who they're meant for. Okay. So I do say he or him for masculine and she or her for feminine. It's just the way that I channel. So just go ahead and apply everything how it resonates for your situation. All the decks I'll be using will be listed down below, as well as this beautiful organite, which is called the Divine Masculine Nude, created by Michelle from Wing & Bell. So let's go ahead and get started, you guys. We're going to follow the outline that I've created here for this reading. So if you guys want your own personalized version, the link will be down below. So let's take a look at your Divine Masculine's main theme for growth and development at this time. So what is going on right now for your masculine when it comes to his growth, healing, and ascension? We're going to go into the Soul Activation Oracle deck by Rising Sun Oracle. All right, what energies want to come through for the masculine's current theme for his soul, development, ascension, and healing? What's happening right now for this masculine? Let's take a look at this. Oh, we have the solar plexus chakra. So a lot of very vibrant energy here, working on clearing any kind of blockages that might be in the way of him feeling happy or optimistic. So something is lifting. The energy is shifting in this department. So let's see what else is responsible for this shift. This is the Love Compass Oracle. What's happening here for this shift? Ooh, look at that, you guys. We have conflict, okay? So let's just say you and your masculine had conflict in a conversation that you guys had, or this could just be conflict in his life, period. Whatever's going on here, though, the energy is lifting. The vibration is clearing. So I like to see this. So the current theme right now is coming out of conflict, maybe not being in such a state of conflict or drama, or maybe arguing with other people, maybe wanting to experience more happiness in his life. There are a lot of people right now that are very combative when it comes to their beliefs. They're, whether it's, spiritual, philosophical, political, whatever. We all have views. We all have, certain thoughts about how we think things should be. But this could be that this is a masculine who was in conflict with himself. And so there was a lot of conflict and chaos around him. This could, of course, include you, Divine Feminine. But I feel like this energy is certainly dissipating and lifting from his life. So that looks really good to me. So let's take a look at the Intuit Tarot deck now and see what else we need to know here. What else do we need to know about this masculine? Ooh, yeah, look at that. Fairness and balance, justice energy. And I feel like this is right now. Okay, so we're still in Libra season. We're going to be going into Scorpio very soon here. But I feel like within this season, this masculine has experienced a lot of conflict in his life. Now, this could also be a legal conflict as well. So some masculines could have been caught up in, let's just say a custody battle, divorce, business situations. It doesn't even have to be legal though, but justice can sometimes be tied to legal energy. But let's go ahead and read it. It says, do what's right. Cause and effect, consequences, legal matters, life lessons, integrity, fairness, balance, and truth. So let's just say this masculine at some point in his life was not acting with integrity. Well, this is kind of a karmic energy, meaning that karma has a way to coming back and basically teaching us the lesson as in, well, you know what? We could have been different in that situation. We could have gone about things this way. Maybe we would have had a different experience. So there's consequences to all actions, good or bad. Okay. But I feel like what's going on here is that instead of being in a state of anger and blame and bitterness and resentment, I feel like this masculine has an opportunity right now to shift gears and to see things from a higher perspective, to take some sort of responsibility for his actions, to realize that he was a part of the conflict, that maybe he did cause a lot of emotional upset and tension in other people's lives, including himself. So I feel like he's taken accountability with this card. It tells me here that something is shifting and changing. He's seeing things from a higher perspective. I really like that. Let's see what else. Okay, so we also have the solar plexus chakra coming up for a second time. Chance, taking risks, rolling the dice, seeing how they fall, etc. Let's see how this is connected here. Maybe having confidence to take a risk or a chance. Intimacy. Wow. So if you've been dealing with the masculine feminine who has had intimacy issues in the past or has just not really let you in, I feel like the lifting of whatever this is, whatever work is being done right now, is actually making it possible for this masculine to open himself up and take a risk and a chance with his heart. Very cool. So something is being cleared here in his life for him to open up more to his heart space. So I feel like if he was really in his ego, he's shifting more into the heart energy. Oh, wow, look at that, you guys, the Lovers. Damn. So that way he can experience this divine union, which is what it says. Deep connections, relationships, alignment, being open to this romance, harmony, choices, duality, and love. So right now there's an upgrade spiritually for this masculine. There's something happening here. The conflict is being resolved. He's feeling more confident to take a risk and a chance to be open to this divine connection with his divine feminine. That's just what's happening. So a lot of work in the solar plexus chakra is what I am seeing here. So let's get one last set. All right, so now we have the sacral chakra, which really is about intimacy. It's about the way that we connect with other people in relationships. So something is happening here. Rising. So there is this rising of energy. There is this ascension in this area of connection. Wow. All right, so let's go ahead and get another card here. See what's going on. Resistance. Yeah, because this masculine has been resisting this, I feel, for quite some time. Not opening up to a situation or an opportunity of a divine connection with the divine feminine. So this is shifting. This is rising. Something is happening here. I love the way these cards are working together. Oh my gosh, you guys, the Tower. The Tower's energy here, yes, an energy surge, a sudden revelation, an upheaval of the old, wiping out and destroying the old chaos, the crap that has been keeping him back. So there's a reckoning here. You know, he's being reckoned with from spirit, from the universe. The universe, in a way, is like having its way with the masculine and helping him to maybe even crumbling things down and creating some sort of bankruptcy situation. It's almost like in our darkest hour is when we see like a phoenix rising from the ashes. I'm also getting that death and transformation. It's when we have the most significant growth and healing and understanding of life, of when things have been really tough. So yeah, I feel like this masculine has gone through a thing or two and things have been tough, but guess what? It's giving him an opportunity to rise above and to see that maybe, just maybe, there have been certain behaviors that he's been holding for quite some time that have added to the chaos. So he is removing, it's like the death of an ego here. The death, it's like a dark night of the soul. It's like a reckoning of the true self. Something is being shaken up to be put back into, like, to resurrect correctly, or just higher, rising higher. I love this. So that is what's happening right now for some of your divine masculine feminines. This is going on. So very cool. So let's see what head and heart space he is currently in with you right now, divine feminine. Let's look at that energy. What energy is this masculine in when it comes to his feminine? So this right here is called the Claire Story cards number 1 and 2. All right, let's get that head space energy right now. Where is the masculine's head at when it comes to this feminine? Let's look at that. Okay, so we do have time out. So some of you guys might not be talking to the masculine, or you're on a break with the masculine, okay? As you can see, this masculine here has his back turned to the feminine, and she's got her back turned to him as well, but they're still touching, they're still connected. So I feel like this masculine is basically coming through this reading today as an indication that he still feels connected to his feminine, but he is needing or requiring a little bit of a time out from maybe speaking or talking at this time. This deck is called Messages of Love by All Things Intuitive. Let's see what else we need to know. Yeah, look at that. Taking time to heal. Old wounds and childhood issues need revisiting. So maybe the masculine is starting to realize that maybe his upbringing or his past or the things that have happened to him so far, he really needs to address these things. He really needs to revisit why there has been just all this upheaval and chaos in his life constantly, if there has been. So at least he's focusing on addressing these wounds so he can heal to perhaps be a better masculine for the feminine. And I'm also getting too that he feels right now that this time out perhaps that you guys are taking is for the best. It's very healing for both of you to maybe take this time that you need from away from each other. So it's not a bad thing. I'm not getting here it's a negative. I feel like he's looking at it as a positive. This is called the Valentine Connection Tarot Deck by Celestial Forecast by Carrie. And we have the Page of Wands, which is great. It's cheerful news. It's not a negative. I do feel like this masculine will want to communicate with the feminine once again. It's almost like this cheerful news. I want to bring you cheerful news. I want to tell you something positive. So if I don't have anything to really share with you right now that's positive, that's one of the reasons I'm not communicating with you feminine. That's what I am seeing here. So let's go ahead and get another layer. We have decision, all right? So there is something here that the masculine is kind of trying to figure out at this time when it comes to this feminine. Trying to figure out what he wants to do, maybe when to communicate, how to go about it, what the right thing to do is. So kind of stuck, I feel, when it comes to making a decision. But I just feel like he's stuck in life in general. This rejection is actually for my divine protection. So the decision I feel that he feels is best right now is to continue to kind of, and I don't want to say hold up a wall because I do feel like this resistance is dissipating, but I do feel like maybe he's looking at the situation as maybe not acting on something right now or not communicating. Okay. That seems to be kind of like what's being divinely given to him. He feels safe in that energy and feels like it's the best thing. That's what I am seeing here. Two of Swords. Yeah, look at that. Stalemate. Talk about stalemate in a decision. Feels that the best thing to do right now is to do nothing, actually. Just to kind of not make a decision. So he's sitting there with the decision, but he's purposely not making a decision. So he's choosing not to do anything right now. It's like that is a decision, actually, not choosing not to do anything. But I feel like he feels that is best because perhaps he knows that he still has healing to do. He knows that he's still going through crap and doesn't really want to bring forth any kind of new, fresh energy to this connection just yet. So let's see where he's at in his heart space. His emotions towards the feminine. Yeah, see, you're in his heart, feminine, I'm telling you. I mean, it's not that you're not. It is not that there's no love there or no connection there. So try not to take this rejection personally. Really try to just see it as your masculine needs time. And that doesn't mean that you're going to put your life on hold or anything like that. Sit around waiting on pins and needles for him and letting him and his decisions rule your life. No, that's not the empowering thing to do. But this is very much about you're just accepting that this is where your masculine is at. Okay, that's the message. Yeah, right now you guys are just on different pages. That's okay. So you're on different paths. You guys are not seeing things the same exact way right now. Okay. So in his heart, he still knows that you guys are not on the same page, and that's okay. It's not a diss to you, feminine. He's working something out. Five of Swords. Yeah, in conflict with himself. And again, in order to invite you in and to participate with you right now, feminine, it will just be a conflict. He'll probably just say something or do something to sabotage it. So it's kind of like you wouldn't want that right now anyways, right? So there's space and time is really good for both of you. And I feel like he really is understanding that. All right, so let's go ahead and get one more layer here. Yeah, see, he does want to reconcile. In his heart space, he knows that he wants to reconcile with you and have you in his life, but it's going to take some time. Okay, it's going to take some time. And this is not giving anyone false hope and saying, put your life on hold, wait for this. No, we're not saying that. This is just you understanding that this is where your masculine is at. Mastery. So when your masculine feels like he has mastered some sort of lesson where he feels like he gets it, understands it, and we can see he's in the process of that, this is when he's going to reach out and want to reconcile with the feminine. But until then, he's in conflict with himself, which means he's going to be in conflict with her. Look, the lovers, you guys. Oh my gosh. Yes. Look at how amazing this is. So reconciling, making a choice from the heart because I love you, right? Because I love you, man of the heart, in his heart space, feeling mastered, feeling like he understands things, reconciles, reaches out, comes back together. So in his heart of hearts, he knows that at some point down the line when he's feeling, more secure or just better about himself and he's understanding things from a much higher perspective, which again, he's in the process of, that is when he's going to make a choice to reconcile with you feminine. But again, I have to clarify this. You're not waiting for this. You're not putting your life on hold. You're not giving this masculine all of your power. You're not doing that. You're remaining strong in your divine, feminine, independent energy. You're living your best life in the meantime. You're doing what you came here to do. You're serving your purpose and mission. You do not have to wait for this masculine to do those things. You can do this right now. Start living your best life right now. Be that vibration right now. Okay? So that is what we have here. So now let's shift gears and go into their current fears and desires. Okay, so what's kind of tripping them up right now? What's causing them to feel a little fearful? What is some of this stuck energy all about? All right, so we're going to go into the Soul Activation Oracle deck, but the Shadows edition now by Rising Sun Oracle, and see what's coming up in this department for shadow and fear. Oh my gosh, you guys, look at this. Another solar plexus. So he's definitely got some activity going on in the solar plexus chakra, for sure. And the solar plexus chakra is responsible for our confidence, right? What we feel like we can and can't do. So this masculine does have some shame, some issues, perhaps stemming from old wounds from childhood from the past. There's something that's causing him to feel like he feels like he can't be happy or that he doesn't deserve to be happy. Let's go into my Dark Night of the Soul Tarot and see what else we need to know. Oh, wow. 5 of Decay, which is the 5 of Pentacles left behind. I got to tell you guys, I do feel like this masculine has some sort of abandonment issues. There could be someone in his past, it could be an ex-lover or someone that he really cared about, or even a parent that abandoned him or left him behind or just wasn't there, was emotionally vacant. So there's a lot of issue here that he has when it comes to being abandoned, maybe leaving before he can be left. So I feel like there's a lot of, it's like he realizes this too, that he does this. He sabotages things when things are good. And he has a lot of shame because he knows he does it, but he can't stop doing it. So there is this healing that needs to occur here. And we have the 3, or the Empress here, Barren Wasteland. This is a female. This is a feminine. This is a mother. This could be a mother issue, right? Or it could be that he was just raised by his mother. And that's not to say that that's a bad thing, but there could be a lack of a father figure here. There could be some sort of an issue here when it comes to maybe not being shown, certain energies when it came to male presence or just masculine presence in his life. There could be a lack of that, right? Because we have barren wasteland, but it could be also too lack of mother or just a toxic female mother figure in his life, or just an ex who is a mother of their children, very toxic. So there's a lot of shame. I don't deserve to be happy, or I have to do this, or I have to do that. I can't leave this partner behind. I can't do that. I have to stay. Because that's just what I'm programmed to do. I have to put my happiness on hold, and sometimes there can be a lot of shame about taking care of yourself, right? Certain belief systems, things like that. So there's some kind of a belief system here that stems from something that this masculine is carrying that's preventing him from being able to live a happy life. Yeah, look at that. 2 of Cups. To a sorrow fortress. So it's a fortress between him and what he truly wants, which is to share his life with someone. So there's intimacy issues here. There's something happening here, and it stems from maybe perhaps not being able, feeling impotent and not being able to provide or make someone happy, or just being afraid of really sharing his life with a with like a person, like his other half, like the divine feminine, feeling perhaps that maybe she'll leave him eventually or that he won't be good enough. So there's a lot of shame and guilt that he carries, but I feel like it stems from another situation that is now creeping in and creating a fortress between him and his feminine. Wow. So a lot of fear and shame there. So that's just what it looks like when it comes to his current fears right now, when facing this connection. That's what it is. So it's keeping him from his desires, is what that means. So why don't we look at the energetic frequency that connects you and this masculine most of the time? So we're going to go into this deck right here, which is called the Heart Songs of the 90s by Celestial Forecast by Carrie. Let's see what energies connect you and this masculine most of the time. We have Love Will Never Do Without You by Janet Jackson. All right, so let's read it. Our friends think we're opposites, falling in and out of love. They've all said we'd never last. Still, we managed to stay together. There's no easy explanation for it. But whenever there's a problem, we always work it out somehow. Other guys have tried before to replace you as my lover. Never did I have a doubt. Boy, it's you I can't do without. So this goes both ways. All right. Doesn't matter who's the male or the female or the feminine or masculine here. It doesn't matter. What I'm getting here is that you and this person may have gotten involved and other people in your environment may have had something negative to say, right? They had their little opinions about it, or maybe you guys were just polar opposites. So maybe a lot of people were just like, it's probably not going to work out. So there were some doubts there, I feel. But it's also about trying to replace someone. You have not been able to replace this person, and they have not been able to replace you. So the energy that connects you and this person is that you're irreplaceable. You're irreplaceable. They're irreplaceable. And that doesn't mean that you can never be happy or experience joy at all without this person. It doesn't necessarily mean that. It just means that there will be no one like this person, just like there will be no one like you to this person. So you guys will always share this special connection. And you guys are kind of like, maybe the odds were stacked up against you from the very beginning, right? So there's an amount of challenge here. There's an amount of trying to make things work that maybe seems like impossible, coming from two different backgrounds or two different worlds or living on the opposite end of the world. There's just some kind of thing that's there that's a challenge, but it also is about, love transcending all. It's just that energy of hanging in there. So let's get into my connections of the Modern World Tarot that I created with my daughter, Kayla Reed Creations. The Chariot. Beautiful. To me, this is like, not in this particular card, but it shows a chariot with two horses, one white, one black. So opposing energies, right? And it's going to take a balance of both of those energies to make that chariot move forward and go. So it's interesting to me that your journey right now is being depicted by this chariot. Your energetic frequency is that you guys are both on this journey. And you guys might both be kind of polar opposites or just going about this journey in a totally different way. But you guys are still on this journey together. Even if you're not physically together, you're still on this journey together. You're still trying to figure it out. You're still charging ahead is what I'm seeing here. That's pretty cool. All right, let's go ahead and get one more song. Okay, so we have Just Another Day. I love this song from John Cicada. Mornings alone, when you come home, I breathe a little faster every time we're together. I'd never be the same if you're not here. How can you stay away so long? Why can't we stay together? Just give me a reason, give me a reason. So there obviously, I feel for some of you guys, there's like a separation here, How can you stay away for so long? Why can't we be together, right? So there's some opposition here. There's maybe something that's keeping you and this masculine apart. Maybe it's certain circumstances or situations, or it could just be the behavior of someone and the healing that needs to occur. But in the mornings when we wake up, we realize that we're not with this person, okay? And when we think about being with this person, we can breathe just a little bit more. And we also have a lot of excitement of when we'll see this person again. So this right here is also an energy that connects you and this masculine, is that it's just another day. Like you wake up and it's just another day that you guys either are not together or just another day that you're still thinking about one another, right? So it's like the days go by and nothing really changes. The energy is always there. Knight of Pentacles. So committed, efficient, steady. Knight of Pentacles is very slow moving energy, but it's very methodical. So the Knight of Pentacles on the Chariot's journey, like on the road, is slow and methodical. It's better to go slow and steady because slow and steady wins the race in the end. So I feel like that's what's happening right now. You guys are just wanting to try to do things right. You want to do things complete. You don't want to take the easy road. You guys kind of signed up for this more challenging type of journey together. It's not going to be your cookie cutter, just we meet, we come together, we live happily ever after. It's quite the opposite, actually, is what I'm seeing for you guys. But I feel like you guys chose it to be this way. You guys chose to learn a lot through separation and through some hard times and some hardships and challenges because you guys want to get something right in this life. And the only way that you're going to get it right is perhaps to maybe work on the selves while you're in a physical separation. But energetically, there is no separation here. You guys are very much together. And the Chariot to me is also a card of destiny. So this is like your destined path. The destiny leads to the destination of union, being together. And we just saw that in the masculine's heart space when it comes to what he truly wants and desires. It's there. So it's just about matching up with the reality of creating that in the physical world. So that is the energetic vibration that you guys are sharing right now. So let's look at the masculine's higher self message to the feminine right now. What are those messages to the feminine right now? So we're going to go into my Twin Flame Journey Messages Volume 1 and Volume 2. And we're going to combine it with my Arrows of Love Tarot. What does this masculine want this feminine to know right now from his higher self? Okay, so we have, if I knew then what I know now, I would have made different choices. So there's a little bit of regret, and we did just get that shame energy, right? Feeling shame for the decisions that we made. But this is not going to give the masculine a pass or make it okay with what he may have done that was hurtful if that has happened. He just didn't know. He didn't have the tools at the time to make any different decisions. So now that he's more evolved, now that he might be changing, taking some responsibility, he wishes that he could make different choices. So that's a natural feeling when we grow and as we mature. We wish we would have done things differently. There's lots of things in my life where I'm like, oh God, I wish I could go back and do it differently. But I didn't know at the time. I seriously could not have done it any different. Now we have the Master of Arrows here, King of Swords energy, disciplined. So I really like this because what I'm getting from this masculine is that he's trying to tell you that he's much more disciplined now. He's much more serious now, very much in integrity, wants to mean what he says. And so that's another reason why if this masculine feels like he cannot follow through with certain things or promise you certain things, that's one of the reasons that he is not coming towards you yet. That's what I'm seeing here. So why hurt you again? Why make choices that are not going to be the best? So it's just better to make the choice to not do anything right now, not communicate, not say anything. But I feel like he's trying to say to the feminine, I'm really focused on my truth and integrity and doing the right thing in life now. That's what he wants to say. Okay, that's his truth to you, is that I am sorry for what I may have said or done in the past that wasn't on the up and up. All right. Get another message. Okay, so I can't take this anymore. So there's something here that's causing the masculine to feel like he can't take something anymore. What is this? Wow, I can't take separation anymore. This is hard for masculine. It's been hard. Nine of Flames, Nine of Wands means like I've been hanging in there. It's been hard though. I've had to go through and endure a lot of storms and a lot of sadness and just a lot of loss. But I've survived, right? I've survived. I can't take this anymore. What hasn't killed me is only make me stronger. I know some people hate that, but that's just what I'm getting, okay? This masculine has survived. This masculine has gone through a lot of crap. And just when he thought he couldn't take it anymore, he's hung in there and pushed forward anyways. So he's letting you know, feminine, that he has gone through a lot of hardships. He has gone through a lot of hard times. But this has actually helped to strengthen him as a masculine. So he wants you to know that, feminine. What else? Your beauty still moves me. Well, that's a really nice thing to say. So the beauty of the feminine still moves this masculine. Still has an effect on him. But the thing is, we still have that hangman's energy, which is delay. He thinks about the feminine. He thinks about her when he's resting. He thinks about her when he's in meditation. He thinks about her when he's calm. He connects with her, but he still knows that it's not the right time. So just because he finds her, she moves him and he still loves her and he's still connected to her, there's something in his higher self that's telling him that it's not the right time. Okay? It's just not the right time yet. I look at your picture often. So, even if he doesn't have a physical picture, because not everybody has physical pictures. I am one of those people where, for some reason, objects and things, I can't handle having them in my space. So I've thrown a lot of things away, unfortunately, and I have regret that I did. There's certain pictures of people that I wish I had today that I don't have, but I have the picture of them in my mind. So do I really need a picture of this person, a physical one? No, because I have them in my mind. But I look at your picture often. So that's the message here, is that your masculine could be thinking of you often, remembering the snapshots of your time together. Yeah. We have Keeper of Arrows. Kind of feel like keeping score, but not keeping score, like keeping tabs on you, Divine Feminine. This could be a masculine that watches you online if you have an online presence. That's not going to be for everybody, though. Looking at you, respecting you, seeing how poised you are, seeing how either mature or eloquent, well-spoken you are, something like that. But looking at you and really, really thinking hard about you. And also respecting you at the same time. Maybe even respecting your silence is what I'm getting to, because some of you guys may have had to been very sharp with this masculine, as in you had to keep your distance. You have had to put up a healthy boundary with him. He knows this. He understands this. So he looks at your picture because he's not communicating with you. As in, I respect you. I respect the time and space that you need. I know that you need me to come to you correct, so I'm not going to even waste your time and disrespect you by coming to you if I'm not ready. So that's the message I'm getting here. All right, let's get one more set. Is it possible to forgive and forget? Why would this masculine be in this energy? Is there something to forgive? Have you forgotten, Divine Feminine? Or are you keeping score? He knows that you're not going to let something go, and you shouldn't. You absolutely shouldn't. It doesn't mean that you have to hang on to it and be like pissed off. Look at this, you guys. Oh my God. God. Okay. There's nothing wrong with addressing something. If someone doesn't want you to address something and just wants to scoot it under the rug, there is no growth there. That is not the mature thing to do. That's the candy ass thing to do, because I can't handle it. I can't handle if you yell at me. I can't handle if you make me accountable for something or remind me of something that makes me feel uncomfortable. Somebody like that is not really, really genuine and wants to own up. Okay. So it's like, for me, there's certain people in my life that you want to come correct, you want to have a conversation, you want to talk about it, I'm all ears. But if not, you're coming at me and it's just like, we're going to sweep it under the rug, forget about it. It's not happening. It's not happening on my time. So I feel like this is the feminine strength, because something did happen. This masculine may have done something. Now, it may not be the same for everybody. Some of them could have lied, cheated, betrayed you in some way, were just dishonest in some way, couldn't follow through with something. All of those things would fall under the category of Seven of Swords, all right? But people are human. You're either going to forgive someone, and you're either going to see it for what it is. You're going to see it for what it is, which is everybody screws up. Everybody makes mistakes sometimes. but how you learn from those things and you don't do them again. That's when you know that someone has changed. But if someone says that they're sorry, and they come back and they do it again and again and again and again and again, I'm not sure that it's possible that we can forget. And maybe we shouldn't forget, because maybe that's somebody that's not healthy enough, that's very toxic, that shouldn't be in our lives. So we do have to make decisions that are best for us. Somebody might be sick, narcissistic, have mental issues, all kinds of traumas. There might be reasons why they do what they do, but it's always up to us whether or not we want to deal with it or not. We are not obligated to have to do anything. All right? So this masculine, I feel, is saying, I know that I have issues, but I'm only human. Give me an opportunity to prove to you that I've changed. And it's going to be up to you, feminine, on whether or not you're going to, allow that. And I feel like if this masculine can be the King of Swords and have that conversation with you, which we did just see the King of Swords. This masculine is the King of Swords having a conversation with the Queen of Swords, owning it. If he can own it and talk about it and apologize and take responsibility, then you know that you're on the playing field with someone that's willing to do the work and give it a chance. But if you're dealing with somebody that doesn't want to talk about it, doesn't want to address it, doesn't want to rehash old shit, you're dealing with somebody who's trying to sneak away from it, not take responsibility, and you can just forget about it because it's not going to work. It's not going to work. Okay? People that want to just keep abusing you and hurting you want to push it under the rug. They don't want to deal with it. Or they're pissed when you are having a hard time letting them back in. If you really, really love someone and you really understand that you've hurt them, you're going to be understanding that they may not be able to just let you back in immediately, that things can't go back to the way that they always were, that you might have to work for their affection and trust again. That's a genuine response to pain. That's a genuine response to lies. And if you're dealing with somebody that gets pissed off at you because you can't just let them back in and go back to normal, you're dealing with a sneaky fool that's probably going to screw you over again. So this goes for friends. This goes for anyone in life. Anybody in life that's doing that. You got to think about that. Is this what I want? Is this what I want? Can I trust this person? Does this person mean it? Prove it. Prove it that you mean it by being understanding, by also being patient, and by being receptive to the conversations that need to take place because of what went down. That's proving it. Okay, that's proving it. All right, so let's get one last message over here. I'm a stickler for communication, you guys. That is, I'm sure you guys can hear that here. I am a stickler for owning it. And if you can't, there you go. There I am. I ain't going to let it go. We're not going to forget about it. We're not going to push it under the rug. Hell no, not on my watch. So I can't give up on my responsibilities right now. I kind of like that this is coming up because this is showing me where the masculine is at. He's not 100% ready, and it doesn't mean he's not sorry or genuine. He may not have the tools to be able to take responsibility right now. Okay? He has either too many other things going on right now, or he's not there just yet. That is why he's not communicating. So it's almost like a blessing, Divine Feminine, if you're not hearing from him. He's still working on that clarity. He's still working on raising that vibration. He's still working in this ascension process. Moon. Love that mystery. So right now, he's still in a cycle. Right now, he's still kind of going with his, trying to figure out his fears, the things that could be not really sure what that is. Illusion, what's real, what's not, what can I do, what can I not do? What are my fears going to get the best of me? So he's in a cycle right now that is causing him to be unknown to when he will return or when he will make things right with the feminine. That's just where he's at. But he wants her to know that he knows what happened wasn't right, and that he does have to take responsibility, and that he does find her to be very lovely, and that she still is in his heart, and that he thinks about her a lot, and he looks at her picture and thinks of her often. So all of those things are there. But taking responsibility 100% right now, is still a little it's still a little shaky. Okay. So give it some time, feminine. But remember, you're not putting your life on hold waiting for that. All right. So how are your spirit guides and angels assisting with this connection? Okay. How are your spirit team? How are they showing up, and what do they want to remind you of right now when it comes to just self-care, taking care of you when it comes to this situation? This deck right here is called, I actually don't know. So I will put it down below. All right. Observe your attitude. Ooh, all right. So observing our attitude is very crucial here. Hold on for a second. Relinquish control. Okay, I kind of like this little combination here. We have to observe our attitude. Sometimes when it comes to what we think needs to happen versus what is actually going to happen or what does happen are two different things. So if you guys are stuck in a certain mindset where you're trying to control a situation, this has to be this way, this has to be that way. It's kind of like what I was just talking about. There's certain standards that we have. There's certain values that we have. We need things to be a certain way in certain situations. There's nothing wrong with having an outline. But when it's this person has to 100% be this way or else, obviously we're not meeting somebody halfway, okay? We're not meeting someone halfway. But we know that there's certain things that we're not going to put up with. A lie is a lie. Cheater is a cheater. Cheating is cheating. There is no in between. It's very black and white. So I feel like what Spirit's trying to tell you when it comes to this situation is observe your own attitude, because some of you guys might blame yourselves. Maybe I was too hard, or maybe I wasn't clear. Maybe you weren't. I remember going into a situation many, many years ago where it's very loosey-goosey, kind of like, well, I did say this, but I didn't clarify. Or I said this, and I just expected that this person knew that what I was thinking, but they didn't. We were not on the same page, right? And I felt like because I said these things, then that would make it okay, that it would make it understood and known. Unless you're having a 100% conversation with someone and you are communicating truly your needs and desires and being honest about how you feel and what you want, if you're not doing that and things fall apart, you will probably blame yourself. You will probably feel like you're to blame. And sometimes communication is not great. But also it is about just having integrity. So let's just say you and someone, you come together and you guys are having a really nice time together, but you guys don't necessarily say, you know what, we're 100% committed and we're not going to date anyone else. It's not said, it's kind of unspoken. You guys are having a good time. And then you see this person at the movies with someone else and they're kissing or making out with them in the movie theater. You're going to be hurt. Well, I never said that I was going to be faithful to you. I never said that we were in a relationship. I don't give a crap. You guys are spending time together. You know what I mean? So you're naturally going to be hurt. So there's those fine lines between communication and then or not telling someone something, even though you know that like withholding the information from them is crucial. It's kind of like it's not really a lie, but it's like, wait a second. So you have to observe your expectations. You have to observe someone else's attitude and behavior and how they're saying, and not excuse behaviors that don't jive with you. So what I'm seeing here is that we've got to kind of let go of everything. We've got to let go of everything and just create a clean slate in this situation. All right? If you guys are still connected to this masculine and you want to be with this person and you want to put your best foot forward with rebuilding this situation, when the time comes, it is about really relinquishing all the old and putting down new things. This is where I'm coming from. This is what I want. These are my expectations. This is how I feel. That way, going into the situation the second or however many times it's been, it really is going to be a new slate. Okay? Because we could sit there all day long and say, well, I said this, I said that, or, you didn't make this. We can do that all day long. And we can get caught up in the nightmare and the game in our freaking head all day long about that. This person's to blame? They said this, they didn't do this. We can do it all day long. But we need to just let go of all that crap and create a clean slate here. If you're really going to give this situation in the future another go or another chance, you have an opportunity to be true to yourself. And this person also has an opportunity to be true to themselves. And whether you guys decide to do that or not is up to you. But we can't really truly go again in a situation if we're not authentic and clear. And I'm speaking from personal experience in friendships where I've seen this happen, where it's just like, not really talking about the past. We're not really healing anything. We're not really clearing anything up. I'm not really telling you how that made me feel. I'm just kind of brushing it under the rug. And then it just falls apart again. Well, there you go. That's what happens when you're not being clear and authentic from the very beginning. When you're also, you have your own stories going on. So we have to clear the energy. We've got to let things breathe. We've got to give it a true chance to start fresh and start new. But if we're still letting old things hold us back, or the blame game and all that other stuff, we don't have to forget certain things, but if someone does take responsibility, you have to be willing to forgive them. So if someone screws around on you and cheats on you, and this does happen, you guys. It's a very sensitive subject, I've known people that have had affairs, people very close to me. And it doesn't mean that they didn't love their partner. They didn't love themselves. So this person that I'm speaking of had to go through a lot of personal therapy, and there was a lot of things that they realized as to why they did what they did, and it had absolutely nothing to do with their wife. Nothing. It had nothing to do with their wife. I'm not talking about myself, you guys, just in case somebody's going there. This is not about me. This is someone that's very close to me and my family. Doesn't mean that they didn't love their wife, but they had all of these issues and hangups within themselves. But they made a commitment to, obviously, in that situation, to stop working at the place that they were working. And they made some commitments to their partner that these are the things that I'm going to do to remain in the barriers of having respect for our marriage. And this person had a choice. They could either forgive them or not forgive them. They chose to forgive them. But what they didn't do is hold it over this person's head every single day, that this is what happened. They talked about things when things came up, but this person didn't allow the past and what happened in that situation to control the new fresh start that they were going to have, the second chance that they were going to have, right? So if you truly can't forgive someone and you truly can't clear it and heal it, then you might as well not even bother, because it's just going to get screwed up again. So I kind of like this little thing that's coming through here, this example, because if some of you guys want this masculine to return, but there's still all these unhealed wounds or the stuff that you guys are working on, it's almost a blessing that he's not coming back yet, because maybe there's a lot of things that you still need to work on and he needs to work on still. Because if you just go back into it, it may just screw up again, right? Very interesting. All right, so this right here is called the Real Talk with Her Words of Wisdom cards by Celestial Forecast by Carrie. What else do we need to know from Spirit? How else is Spirit assisting us? Okay, so we often don't realize how special a moment is until it becomes a distant memory. Okay, so this is also something too. There's a reminder of, we really truly don't understand how good we had it until it's gone. Oh my God, I'm going through something like that right now. Oh my gosh, obviously things happen for a reason, but I'm just like, oh my God, I cannot believe that I didn't appreciate something when I had it. I can't believe that I just didn't realize how good I had it back then. You don't realize it until it's gone. This is telling me here that absence makes the heart grow fonder. Sometimes people have to lose things in order to appreciate them. So if you are the feminine that this masculine, let's just say, has lost, this is a really good lesson for this masculine. This masculine may be the type of person that learns a very valuable lesson through losing. Okay? Feeling like he lost out on this feminine. Feeling like he lost the best thing of his life. So let that happen. Let that time and space happen. Allow this masculine to miss you. Allow this masculine to feel some regret and shame, because not all of those things are bad. Sometimes those things are really, really good doses for us to realize what we actually had. Okay. I'm telling you, that's what that message is, because that's when someone's going to really learn something, when it's over, when they lose something, when they can't have it right away, when they actually have to work for something. That's when you know you've learned the lesson. So I just feel like that example that I gave you guys with someone that I know, that was the situation. This person had to work. It's not like this person was just able to move back in and they went back together and everything was hunky frickin' dory. No, this person had to really work for it. They had to, in a way, prove to their partner how serious they were about committing to the family and changing the situation. And they were really able to learn that lesson because they also committed to therapy. They committed to, learning about themselves and healing things that may have caused a lot of that crap. And the person that was connected to them loved them unconditionally enough to let that happen and not take that so personally, and realizing that this person didn't screw around and cheat because of them, because they didn't. And these two people are still together, going strong today. And it's so beautiful to see them getting through such a tough situation and still just remaining strong. It's amazing. It's beautiful. I love it and I respect it. So, not all love stories are perfect. They're just not. Not all connections are made up of just everything is just smooth. Some connections, there's a lot of hardships and a lot of things that people will go through. And especially if you've been with somebody for a very long time. Mr. Moon and I, we've been together now for, 12 years. We've learned a lot. We've gone through a lot of shit together for sure. And who I was 12 years ago ain't who I am today. I mean, there's some aspects of her, and same thing with him. I mean, if we were still who we were back then today, we probably wouldn't be together. Let me just tell you that. But we've grown together. And that's the thing about partnership, is like you make a commitment to grow together. So some of you guys have made a commitment with this masculine to grow through thick and thin, to accept some of the crap that maybe other people wouldn't accept. And I'm not saying that you should be okay with someone abusing you or mistreating you or being super toxic in your life. But who am I to tell someone what they should or shouldn't do? All I can do is make suggestions, and I'm always going to go back to how you feel. Does this situation empower you? Does this situation challenge you to want to be a better version of yourself? Does this situation inspire you? Or is this situation killing you? Is this situation causing you to want to just throw in the towel? So we have to pay attention to how we feel in situations. And it's not about always feeling good. But if you're losing yourself in a situation, if you feel like you're not able to live your life and you can't even get out of bed, it might be time for us to kind of think about maybe something else besides this person. But if you feel inspired and you feel like you wake up and you're connected to this person and they're always in the back of your mind, but you still are able to go on with your day and live your life and do your thing and go towards your purpose and your mission and connect, fantastic. Then who is to anyone to say that you've got to let that go, right? So let's go ahead and get into some affirmations using my Divine Feminine Healing deck. Promise. I will not settle for crumbs. I deserve a great love in this lifetime. And I really like that too, because this is a promise that no matter what kind of contract you have with this masculine, it doesn't matter, feminine, you also did make a promise to yourself that you deserve happiness in this life. You deserve that. So don't forget that. Don't settle for crumbs. So if this masculine right now is only able to give you crumbs, I'm so sorry, I think that's Amazon. If this masculine is not able to give you anything but crumbs right now, you still deserve and you owe it to yourself to make sure that you open yourself up to other possibilities of love. And that doesn't have to be romantic. That can be, loving your life, loving yourself, loving what you do, living your best life. So don't stop living your best life on account of what's happening with this masculine, because you did make a promise that you would love yourself too, but not at the detriment of somebody else's, ascension. I love that. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and go into the final messages here, which is upcoming energies with this masculine. Let's take a look at that energy. What is the upcoming messages or the energies for this connection? Let's look. So we're going to go into this deck here, which is called Learning Tarot by Witchy Sabrina, and the Soul Food Oracle by Rising Sun Oracle. We have Salad. Courage inspires me to exceed all expectations. That's awesome. So I feel like moving forward, what is the energy between you and this masculine? You guys are both feeling the inspiration. You guys are both plugged into the energies of, feeling inspired and using this energy to uplift you rather than to drag you down. So that looks very nourishing to me. That looks very healthy to me. That looks very empowering to me. Yep. That's both of you guys. Look at this. You guys are both committed as a team to work hard, and the payoff in the end is that you are exceeding expectations. You are ascending to new levels. Three of Pentacles can also be a reconciliation in the physical world, actually coming together, getting together, maybe even for a meal or just a casual encounter, So there's something on the horizon of working together and having more harmony within this dynamic. We have Meatloaf, family. This relationship is important to me. So you guys are very important to each other, even moving forward, no matter what you have going on in your lives or with other people. This connection is very important. This connection stands out for a reason. It's very unique. It's very special. So I feel like you guys will continue to be connected to that energy too. You guys are soul family. You guys are connected to the same soul tribe. And then we have the Two of Wands. It's about choosing, right? Planning your next path, your next move. So I feel like there is going to be a decision that is made because this relationship is important to you guys. It's so important that a decision needs to be made in the future. So let's get one last message. We have Cornbread. Handle me with care. And I really, really like that because it's very soft. It's not abrupt. It's understanding. It's very loving. It's very gentle. Okay? Handle me with care. So we're gently perhaps coming back together. We're gently having a conversation. We're easing back into something. We're not rushing anything. And we have the Five of Swords. So this is the thing. We don't want to get caught up in any kind of a cycle that's going to be conflict, because that's what the Five of Swords is. The Five of Swords means we're trying to control a situation. We're trying to control a narrative. We're trying to control someone's behavior. We're trying to control on whether or not, is someone sorry, or if they don't say the right thing, then we're just pissed off. I really, really feel that right now, this is just confirming for us that it's not a good idea for us to try to either reach out or reconcile. In the future, it looks like it's something that will naturally occur, which is why we have this cornbread soft energy. It's just going to softly happen. It's going to softly unfold. This is not something that's going to happen right now. So try not to control this, you guys. Try not to push for this to happen. Because I feel like if you do this, if you try to communicate, there will be confusion here, which is why the mind games are here. There might also be this still toxic cycle because someone has still not cleared this energy. So allow time and space for healing is what I'm seeing here at the very end. Allow people to make choices on their own to contact you. Try not to push someone or manipulate someone. And that's not to say you guys are doing that, but try to refrain from that. You might want someone to contact you, but try to refrain from figuring out ways to get them to contact you. Just let it lie. Let it lie. Be in the soft energy. Be receptive. Be understanding. Just let things flow the way that they're supposed to. That's it. And if you are talking to other people, I'm getting this as well. If you're talking to other people or you're connected to their friends, people that know them, this and that, I'm getting here, it's actually going to do you a disservice. because all it's going to do is it's going to confuse you. If you ask questions about this person, if you're not having an actual conversation with this person, but you're getting information about them third party or through the internet, you're actually doing yourself a disservice because it's not 100% correct. It's through a lens. It's through a filter. And I'm getting here, you shouldn't even engage in it. So I don't know who the hell that's for, but that's for someone. I'm getting here, just pull away from it. Pull away for your need to know. Pull away from other people talking about this person. Pull away from it all. Because all I'm getting here is that it will taint the energies moving forward. Okay? Because also another thing is that if your person knows that you're talking to their friends or their family members or you're connected to them, that kind of energy right there is very, what's the word I'm looking for? It's like an invasion. It's an invasion. It's an invasion of their space, their privacy. And you might say, well, they're my friend. Doesn't matter. When people break up, I'm sorry to say, it goes for all the connections that you've made pretty much, you know? And I'm not saying here that, you can't speak to your in-laws or you can't speak to, the best friend that you have of the guy that's connected to your masculine or whatever the situation might be. But you know what I'm talking about. It's the people that you aren't really close to. You don't really need to talk to them. But yet these conversations, I've been in that situation before, you guys. Oh my God, this guy a long time ago. He's a boyfriend of mine for, 4 or 5 years. It was a long relationship, back and forth. And, he just was the cheater type and it was just always on and off. And I was very, very young. And I remember, trying to talk to all of his friends, the girlfriends of the friends that he had and his roommates. And oh my God, the things that I heard. Oh my gosh, just take a fork and just kill me already. You know what I mean? It was just excruciating, the things that I heard. And to be honest, some of those things may not have been true, but for some reason, because of people that don't like the other person, they'll drudge stuff up or they'll add things to it to make it more like, So just pull out of the chaos because it's not helping the situation. It's certainly not helping your well-being. So that might only be for like 1 or 2 of you out there, but that's a message that wanted to come through at the very end. So anyways, you guys, that's what I have for you today. If you guys are interested in your own personalized version of this reading, it's a 30-minute reading, and it is available in my Etsy shop right now. So thanks so much for watching, you guys. Take care. Don't forget to give this a thumbs up and drop a comment or a little emoji down below because all of those things help my channel to grow. And if you guys are interested in a Witchy Wednesday reading, it's actually over on my other channel, which I'll put the link down below as well, which just really goes into the self and everything that we are experiencing right now energetically and what we are drawing to ourselves and things like that. Really fun reading, and it's an hour, so it's a longer one over there. So take care, you guys. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.